Hello, guys. How are you guys doing? Welcome to another episode of God's People Today. This is our 8th episode, and with me today are some lovely gentlemen, and I'm gonna give them this time to introduce themselves. I think we only have one. The previous episode we had another guy. You have already seen him. We have Mr. Chokes. We brought him again. I'm sure you saw from the last time that we had a conversation with him. The brother has so much knowledge and depth to share with us. But today we have another guest, and I'm going to allow him to introduce himself to us. Chief.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ngoni. Yeah. You know what? I'm really excited to be amongst great gentlemen.
Great.
Yeah, great. You know, you graduated, and I'm still a student.
Yes.
As far as the youth affairs are concerned, you were leaders there. You left so that I could have a position. If you would have remained there, even Mr. Chokes, I would remain younger.
No, but Chief, you actually excelled.
Yeah, definitely.
You excelled the position that I was in.
Yeah.
You had the higher dimension, you know. And ladies and gentlemen, today I brought this gentleman. Actually, you still didn't introduce yourself. Yeah,
I'm getting.
Yeah, okay, actually, finish.
Thank you very much.
So that
I wanted to express the excitement.
The excitement.
How excited am I?
Of being with graduates.
Of being with the graduates. Yes. My name is Perseverance Chitima, the current Zimbabwe West Annual Conference UMYF president.
Yes.
I'm from the United Methodist Church. Yes, leading the. So I'm the leader of the youth.
You are the real leader.
The real leader of the youth.
Yes. We don't really care about what other people are saying out there. This is the real leader of the youth. So, you know what? Thank you so much for coming, Mr. Percy. It's good to have you here. And for another background story that you guys might need to know, Chokes here. You said Zimbabwe West.
Yes.
Chokes was the president for the youth in the Zimbabwe East annual conference of the United Methodist in Zimbabwe. So what I have today, ladies and gentlemen, these are the two heavyweights. When it comes to power within the United Methodist Church at youth level, these guys were at the very top in both, what do you call it, hemispheres, East and West. Is it the term? I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is these guys, they were at the very top. It's only that Mr. Chokes and I, we have graduated from the youth level, but Mr. Percy is the current active, youth president in the United Methodist Church Zimbabwe West Annual Conference. So what I'm going to discuss with you gentlemen is, from your time being at that very top, and you currently being there are certain things that I need to know. How does it feel to know that you have that power in the sense of, just because I know, being someone coming from the very same church, I know there can be some sort of attention that draws towards you. So you can just tell us the good and the bad of just being in that very top spot. Chokes, I'll start with you.
Okay, as you mentioned, as a recent graduate, because I was president until March 2025.
Yes.
I think a very honest answer would be it's a bit, it's interesting but also worrying at the same time. It's exciting to know, I'm leading youth have entrusted me to become conference president. But I think you're also worried, am I going to match up? Because there's a lot of responsibility that is attached to the position. You are leading youth at the conference level.
Yes.
You represent young people in meetings, I remember when I became president, my youth director said, you have become the face of youth because you then have access to meetings where the rest of the young people
they don't have access to.
But you are representing them. You are like the voice for them. So I think it's exciting, but it is also very worrying at times because you need to strike a balance. You need to be in those spaces and represent the young people.
Yes.
But you need to be in those spaces and prove that you deserve to be in those spaces. So for instance, when you attend meetings like for those who are from the United Methodist Church, you attend CM meetings. CM meetings, you have church leadership at conference level. You are there representing young people. You are reporting on activities. You are giving concerns of young people. But you also need to act in a manner that those people take you seriously. They don't want to, you don't want to be seen as a child, but you're a child, you're young. Also. So I think just striking that balance also comes with a bit of anxiety. You know, you are very anxious. Am I doing things the right way? And the attention that you mentioned, because when you are leading at conference, you are leading all the districts within that conference. So it means a lot of people are looking up to you and looking at you. And you know, when things go wrong, people never say, Ziak is doing bad things. They're like, Chokes team rake.
There's a problem there.
And I think the most interesting part about it, which also worries a lot, is people think you can work wonders. You know, you meet youths at a revival or at a sports gala or anything, they're like, President, President. But they don't know that when you also take those things, they also have got processes and procedures for approval. Protocols. So it's not like if you tell PSC, PSC is going to wake up and work wonders.
And do magic.
PSC also has got platforms he needs to present those things to. And they might be not approved there. And then Mangwana Swetonge also repeat. But lastly, I think the most interesting part about it is there are skills that you learn when you're in leadership that you don't even just use in your leadership. You know, because when you're president, you chair meetings. In your life, when you go to work, you need to know conduct. When you are president, you represent people. And in life, you're going to go into spaces where
you're going to represent people
as well. You need to be very diplomatic. I know a couple of my friends used to say, you are very diplomatic. You need to be diplomatic about things as well, because you're not going to relay messages as they are. So I think it's a very interesting but worrying experience. You're always worried, you're always on your toe. You need to remind yourself that a lot of young people are looking up to me as well.
Wonderful. Very deep. Mr. Pace, for you, what can you say in terms of being at the very top? You are active there, you are seeing things through. What's your overview?
I can say briefly that leadership is not about the status, but entirely about the service. It's not being that I'm at the helm, at the epitome of the organization, but what is it that I'm doing there? Am I serving? Or I'm just there to maybe enlarge my ego, to say, I am there, I am the president. People have to feel me, but it's not about power. It's about the service. What is it that we deliver? What are the challenges that our generation is facing, and what are the solutions that we are implementing? Just like Mr. Chokes earlier alluded to, you know, there are circumstances where you face challenges because a lot is expected from you. You know, if you read the Bible from the book of 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 2 and 3, it mainly speaks to we are leading God's flocks. But in leadership, we then have to be examples. So there is you are on spotlight. There is a lot of expectations. You can't mess up as a president.
Pace is getting into deep now. So many things. You have said something that's very powerful. I think I'll start with that one. You mentioned something to do with not just being called president, but the act of service. There's a thing that we used to have in MSU. There's a thing that they taught us about function of a title. You know, there are certain people who want to be called prophets, certain people want to be called apostles. But are you functioning as the apostle? Are you functioning as a prophet? Are you functioning as an evangelist? Or you just love the title and people give it to you? So which means the function is greater than the title itself. Because you have to deliver on the work. With that being said, you then said, being at the top, it puts you on the spotlight, which means you must be exemplary to others. How do you do that? I mean, just maybe, is this something that you think about during the start of the day, how I live my life? You no longer go to certain places because, like, how can you make it make sense, make it relatable? How then do you actually navigate life, knowing that I'm at the spotlight and knowing that my life is almost like a blueprint of whatever all these guys are going to see?
I think I take it to the positive side. It's a pro. The reason is it then installs discipline. And because I know I draw too much attention, I'm on the spotlight. Then power pese paitwa icho neicho wakuwanikwa overall. You know, if you get to read books like from Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, it gets to scarcity creates value. You are at the helm, you are leading the organization. You shouldn't be found associating anywhere with not that you are selective, but there is a high expectation from you. People, some they see you as a role model. They want to be where you are, and you are there. At the same time, now you have to be disciplined. But it doesn't come with that also. It teaches even governance, even emotional intelligence. You get to associate with the people. Maybe you are busy sharing a program. Someone will just maybe raise and say something negative. And you are there, you are sharing, maybe it's a conference, it's a meeting or there. Then you have to have that patience to say, I'm not going to respond him back. Maybe after the program, then I will go and say, my brother, let's talk. So all those things, they get to create an avatar of you that even yourself, you would love the image that you create out there. So being a leader, it has got an advantage that comes to it. Not that you are perfect. You said, how do I navigate? It's by God's grace. I'm not perfect, but what can I do in my ability? I have to be accountable and I have to be available. So I lead not because I'm perfect. I lead because I'm available and I'm accountable. Yes. So basically, that's it.
Powerful stuff. Chokes. How does someone? Because guys, let me tell you something. This is not not necessarily saying that this is one denomination that we're looking at. Though these guys might come from one specific denomination, we're just looking at the general overview within the body of Christ. So many churches, so many people, especially at the youth stage, that are in the position of power. So it's something that there will always be takeaways that you can look at, and that can actually even help you as well. So, Chokes, being a guy, you know, it's as if you have plenty of choice when you're at top. You know, every guy wants the best, but the thing now, it's as if it's gonna come easy under normal circumstances. Because when I change on the president will do president. So it's as if you have like variety and of girls. Some of them that are craving for your attention. Some genuinely just want to even learn from you and stuff like that. But some, you know, they're trying to find their way in somewhere, somehow. For someone who graduated, we need to know, Baba Chokes. How did you manage to keep in check the attention from the other gender? Yeah, to help my brother like Pesina. Because Pesina is not graduated. Yeah. He's still in the process. And our prayers for him is for him to make it.
Yeah.
And you know, because he's active, we cannot allow him to say anything on this thing. Because what if he says something and the next week he falls under another damsel, Delilah comes into his life. So
this episode will be used as an example.
As an example.
What you are saying.
Look, this is the same guy who was saying this thing. You know. So as someone who graduated, please tell us, during your time at the helm, how did you manage the attention from the other gender? How did you keep yourself consecrated, which I believe you did. So in those things, because I know many youth guys, you know, that are in that position of power, they can easily use or manipulate the power that they have into, you know, satisfying their desires. You know, guys can do that, you know. So just tell us, maybe if you have any experience to share with how you manage the certain situation, please do.
Okay, so I will speak based on my personal experience.
Yes.
It might be different from other people who have been presidents before or other people who are currently leaders.
Yes.
But I think there are a couple of things that managed to help me because the honest truth is the attention comes. Imagine there's a conference revival, you are cheering it.
Yes.
There's a whole conference, you are there.
Yeah.
You know,
everyone is seeing you up there.
we're in Christmas season, you know, the conference Christmas card.
Yes.
There's your face on it.
And your message.
Exactly.
From the president.
Your name is there. And so Mind you, and the attention spans from you also have females who are in the same executive. with you.
Yes.
You have females.
Like your cabinet. For people who are not really getting the reference, I will be chipping in here and there. So we have like a cabinet. A president is a cabinet in a way. And then, yes.
You have those people, you've got the wider range of views. I think
Yes.
for me, the first thing, I know a lot of young people say keep your relationship private and what. But I think if you're a leader and you're in a relationship,
Yes.
it saves you a lot.
If you put it out there.
If you put it out there that you're in a relationship.
Yes.
You might not, and by out there, I'm not saying rub it in people's faces. No. I'm not saying post your
But Chokes,
girlfriend.
what's that? Not that we don't have, I mean, the girls that we have now in church are peerless. Not that I'm saying that. But do they still care that
No,
you're in a
I'm going to
relationship?
get there.
Yes,
so
of
I'm
course.
saying the first thing is
Yeah.
when you make it known that you're in a relationship,
Yeah.
already you've alerted people that I'm not available.
I'm not available.
So for me, by the time I became president, my wife was my girlfriend. by
Ah.
then. So some of the things I would do, my wife was not in the conference executive, but sometimes she would drive me to conference meetings. So she would be there, would go to Rusape together. She drops me at the meeting. She does whatever she wants to do. She'll pick me up.
Yes.
I have made a statement.
Yeah.
So to come to where you were going,
Yes.
even if you continue to show interest and act, but you're knowing you are showing interest and acting to a party that is not available.
Yes.
So already one stage. So for any girl, honestly, who's got very good Christian morals, I've already shown you that I am not available.
Yeah. Plus, you
Number
close the
two,
doors.
I've
If you're coming with the girlfriend to the meetings,
Exactly.
you've
And I'm
closed
not
the
introducing her as my friend.
Yeah.
No, I always tell my Christian brothers, desist from this thing of introducing your girlfriend as your friend.
Yeah.
She is not your friend, she's your girlfriend.
Yes. Own it up.
Own her. Like she's your.
Why are you trying to be private?
Like the kind of conversations you're having with other ordinary girls, are they the same conversations
No, they are
you're
not.
having with your girlfriend?
They're not.
That's one. Two, you also create boundaries. I've shown you I've got a girlfriend, I'm in a relationship. And for instance, conversations. I'm not saying don't be friendly, but boundaries are
And they are very key.
important.
Yes.
When you see, this conversation is going out of hand.
Yeah.
I also like the setup of our church. I don't know other churches, but
Yes.
in most instances, I always tell people that it is very strategic that there is a male and a female president. So when people want anything to do with the president, I always told people that the vice president is equal to the president, even though constitutionally there is already
Funny hierarchy. It's okay, yeah.
The reason is if you are a female and your issues have something to do with presidents,
You go
but
to the
there is a
female,
president,
you go to the female
your issues
president.
can be discussed.
Yes. You don't have to go to the
You
guy.
don't necessarily need to come to
Yes.
this. There is
Yeah.
a female, you can share your issues, they can share within their office. So also creating boundaries. And also, I think the other mistake that as guys we do is we create a sense of there's a possibility of something.
Of yes.
So there are people who are like, I'm in a relationship, but
But-
when they talk to females, they give them the idea that yes, I'm in a relationship, but
but
something.
you know,
But
what if
you
it doesn't
know,
work out?
what
You
if-
know, I mean, yeah.
I always tell people when you are the age that I was president or the age PC, you are not dating for fun.
Yeah.
Dating
President,
for fun,
President, we
dating for
cannot-
fun is for high school.
Yes.
You are not at the age where you are dating. for
No,
fun.
Chokes. Dating for fun is off the table. That's the honest
How
truth.
about dating to learn?
No, it's off the table.
You want to learn
Yes. Your body is the temple of the living God. The Holy Spirit lives in you. You have to value it in a way that I cannot be wasting time doing anything else.
Exactly.
I think going out in the sense of going on a date,
Yes.
Exactly.
it can be encouraged. You get to know someone before entering the courtship phase. That can be, you can have those kind of dates, but not necessarily have them in the sense of I want to date Ningi, become the boyfriend, do that. I know that. No. You have older brethren to give you guidance so that you don't waste time. Plus, you can even destroy relations that can potentially be beneficial to you in the future by dating a lot.
Exactly.
Because imagine almost every female knowing that this is my ex, and you having that rap shit on you all the time. There's a high chance that you might not even have some sort of good relations later on because people just have that perspective of you. Yes.
And then the last thing is, if you are in such a position, have a fear of messing up. I know fear is not good, but the fear of messing up
Fear is good.
will help you.
Fear is
a
good,
lot.
Chokes. You have to say it. Fear is good. Remember what John Wesley once said? He said, he said, "Give me, was it 100 men? What?
Who fear nothing
Who
but
fear sin? Who fear nothing but sin."
Exactly.
Many people, it's not necessarily fearing sin, because we know we have to fear God. But he was saying fearing sin in things that I don't want to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that kind of, so if I like what Percy said about being a servant, about servant leadership.
Yes.
If you're a servant, you're not after the limelight. So what usually gets you so much attention and messes your mind is the limelight. So if you've got the fear, but you know what, I don't want to be that president. I don't want to be that president. It serves you a lot. And if you're single, I think don't use the position of president as a fishing rod. Kana, I will say this in vernacular. Kana nyinga sa pesi.
Sa president.
Because what it
President
to remove the title. Awuzwanire msikana wa pesi. Unozwanira msikana wa president. Nekuti as much as you are pesi and uri president, but mind you, president haasi pesi. Nekuti papa takatogara nemukapacity ya president, but kana kuma friends ake haasisiri ende upresident unopera. Takatombotata uchipera. Chemi ikapera even usati wachata unopera. So when you use that attention to try and hunt, you get the wrong person, because you get someone who's fascinated about you being president, about the title, not someone who's fascinated about you as a person. So if you're single,
that's very deep.
Chaga outside the context of you being. I cannot nekuti patoita sangano. Ndangatichira sangano. Saka inosinza mudzi. But I will repeat this. If you're a leader and you're in a relationship, people should know. People mistake private relationship and a secret relationship. Yes, keep your relationship private. But people must know you are in a private relationship.
Yes.
Secret do you put on president very single.
And it creates an impression that you are valuable.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Powerful stuff. Thank you so much, Mr. Chokes. Mr. Pesh. And unfortunately, our time has run out. But I'll now give you this time as well. You know, to also give a counsel as someone who is currently or actively a president of the youth, regarding to the boys and girls of this generation. The times have changed. The times that our parents, the era that our parents grew up in, they tell us, I'm sure you've heard this conversation, they tell us that, these things, they were not there. You guys must sleep over. They are not going to these things. Just as part of your parting words, just in general, just addressing some of those things that are happening now that we have normalized, but, they are not really normal, especially as per Christian standard.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ngoni. Mazvano, things have changed. Even from the Wakakura Kare, the way they have done things, we are exposed to the old out there through maybe social media and etc. That's why you see a lot of youths, then we would want to experiment to see. Because we are seeing it out there, because there is no much sensing as far as access to information is concerned. Saka isusu, what we should then know is our identity. Who am I myself? Who am I in Christ? Who am I? What's the purpose? If you know yourself, if you know your purpose, because you know that this doesn't define me. This does not define my faith. Besides kuti unoenda kuchechi ipi or you belong to which denomination, but my body is the temple of Christ. Do I have to take in drugs because everyone out there is taking drugs? So most of my youths, they are being influenced maybe through peer pressure and etc. But the only solution that is there and that is available is knowing yourself. Kuti ineni pachezvangu ndakazvimira, despite being a leader, despite being just a fellow member of any organization, who am I? Do I associate with this? Do I know the consequences that are associated? There is always a saying that say it's easy to get in and get on, but it's difficult to get out. Once you are in those things, it is smooth to get on, but now getting out needs rehabilitation. But you talk yourself into all those. Why? Because of someone else. So I would advise my fellow youth, that don't engage in things that you don't know about. Know yourself, know where you come from, be ambitious, have goals, articulate them, write them down. No, I'm going from stage A to stage B. You know, and the other thing is being a leader, it gives access. It gives you access to a lot of things. Like Chokes was saying, you get now to engage with leaders from various sectors, be it in church, you now sit in boards and in CM and everything. Then you get to learn there. But whilst you are there, it's an access, but not an entitlement. You have people to serve. Be there, represent their ideas. Be there, represent those who nominated you. They have got grievances. Go with their grievances. They have got appreciations. Go with their appreciations. That, I believe, makes you a great leader. Not knowing people will have opinions, but opinions will always be there. No matter if you do good, if you do bad, someone will always have something to say. So basically, I would encourage people to know themselves. Know yourself, know where you come from, where you want to be, what you want to achieve in life. Yes, influence can be there. Take what is good, leave what is bad.
Wonderful, wonderful stuff. I understand from our producers that our time is up. So thank you so much, Mr. Chokes. Thank you for representing. Thank you, Mr. Page, for coming through. And I'm sure we've helped a lot of young men and women out there in the world. Guys, always stay tuned. Make sure that you like, share, and you subscribe. Also comment something, you know, just go into the comment section, say something what you've learned, or even the topics that you also want us to look into. But all the more, thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, peace.